Hello, everybody watching from home today. Welcome to 2024 CVAL Warmup. Today we have an exciting game between the University of Waterloo Warriors Gold Team and UCF Rising. Now, in Canada, it has been reading week, so a lot of people are coming back from school. Everyone's, hopefully well rested, hopefully caught up on
Right.
school a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully didn't waste reading week.
Yeah.
And that means I'm looking forward to, hopefully, with well rested bodies, I'm hoping the players are in good condition to show us a really good game today. And speaking of good games, actually over the last season, the Warriors Gold Team actually had a little bit of a restructuring happen. So I'm kind of curious as to see, what's going to happen, to their style. What kind of players did they bring in? What's going to be the style of their gameplay going forward?
Right. So from last season, they've kept two players, which are Trill and Justin. And Justin has moved over to more of an IGL position with Trill slotting into the
Hmm.
main duelist role. And so I'm excited to see how the new players as well as the old players will kind of come together on this new
Hmm.
roster.
Yeah, right. And we've seen, in Match History, Trill has been the duelist for University of Waterloo. But we've seen that, like some players want to threaten that spot a little bit. We see, especially with the new initiator players coming, they've been fragging out a lot. So hopefully there's a little bit of, but all the players on both teams can show us a lot of frags, give us a cool game. And speaking of the game, we're actually the game one map is going to be Lotus with Warriors Gold starting on attack.
Yep. Our graphics is Warriors Black, but it is Warriors Gold. And as you can see, we have possibly a Vise pick coming out from,
Hmm.
well, P is our controller player, so not sure what he's doing hovering Vise. But, oh, we actually see a Neon pick and a Clo pick coming out from UCF. Interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, and if we see the fade locked in as well, then we can see the UCF Knights might be opting for more of like a comp that goes really strong rubble. That's traditionally the strategy a lot of teams opt to take, especially if you go defense first on Lotus, is to with Neon take space, with Neon and Fade take space on rubble, start by securing the A side and kind of playing around the map with the Killjoy util. So we see that UCF have locked in the Fade as well, so they're going for that traditional Lotus comp. We'll see the only pick locked in Warriors Gold is Killjoy, which makes sense.
Yeah, makes
Killjoy's
sense.
good on
Makes
Lotus.
sense.
A lot really good on Lotus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we see Warriors have also opted for the Omen smoke.
Yeah, Omen. Interesting. Interesting with the new Astra buffs, I
Hmm.
was expecting a lot more teams to go with Astra because you can do a lot of interesting set plays, but I mean Omen's always good and the flash is really nice for like taking that early A control, of course.
Yep, and we see Raze locked in along with Fade as well. Raze Fade a really good combo that a lot of teams opt for in Lotus as well. We've seen a lot of the Rubble or the mid, the tether nade combos come out. If you can get a
Mhm.
hard read on the enemy, if your IGL is smart enough, basically, it can be a really good combo. So, looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like UCF's game plan is kind of because they have the Clove and the Neon, they kind of just want to like get the early frags and then like with the speed up from
Hmm.
Clove's pick me up and of course Neon dash the dashes from Neon, they just kind of want to like pummel in through sight. But I mean they're starting on defense though, so we're gonna have to see how Waterloo does on their attacking side.
Yep, and we see the standard setup for the side of UCF as well. We have the Killjoy solo holding C with all the util, and we see that 3 position towards A, the character you would kind of expect there to take that strong rubble fight. We'll see. I think the point of this, first round always on Lotus is, who's going to win the A side fight. We see people are ready to run out here. We see all the util is drop. Water choosing not to contest initially. They might be going for the slow push out with their own util.
Yeah, you can see Waterloo has a bit of they've gotten some early B control and right now they're just waiting out the smoke outside rubble. Going for a bit of a refight towards the A site.
Yeah, we see the blinds being thrown down. The first kill is going to go to Soph. Justin is going to go down. Another kill for this. Neon sliding out everywhere. A 3 for Soph, but I don't think that P is behind her. The refrags are coming in. Pork picks up 2. It's going to be an even 2v2 after that chaotic fight. Spike is down, and Pork picks up a third as Demical is making his way around slowly to the back. Waterloo have the watch here, the dink, the double kill. Demical pulls off the 1v2, and that's going to be an amazing clutch. We saw that the Waterloo were kind of thinking of that flank coming in. They turned their heads around, and Demical
Yeah.
just systematically gets that headshot off, turns the flashlight instantly, and picks up that 1v2 kill. That is a
Yeah.
huge pistol round for the side of UCF.
Yeah, you can see Waterloo. They were kind of aware, honestly. They were kind of looking behind them, and they were paused. They were making sure that the Killjoy was not, because they have 3 angles to watch out for, right?
Right.
But I mean, that was a really nice 1v2 clutch from the side of Demical and UCF. Just around getting picked up.
Yeah, and that was a really interesting last round too, because we saw it's kind of like a turn-based RPG. You know, everyone throws their util in, and it's like, okay, like wait your turn, and then the Waterloo jumps in and throws all their util in and gets 3 kills back, and it becomes a 2v2. But ultimately, it was Demical on the flank that kind of secured that round.
Yeah,
For
some
UCF.
really nice shots though throughout the whole round by both sides.
Yep. And we are seeing actually Cyanide is planning on committing crimes against Waterloo with this judge hold here. The smoke is going to be dropped. Cyanide going to be playing inside the smoke with the judge.
Oh, the timing.
He sees the Raze, but the Raze doesn't see him. Cyanide comes out of the smoke, but he's unable to find anything with that judge. Now Waterloo has snuck their way up onto site. UCF, we have Demical still on the site. All the utils coming down, and the Classic goes strong. Swarm Grenade going to pick up 1 onto Pork. Util is thrown to force Soph off of CT, as it's all up to Silence now. Players in Waterloo are kind of low. The util can be used.
Yeah, we see a 4v3 here. So many smokes on the site right now.
Oh my god, Silence's Aftershock picks up 2 kills, both onto Trill and Justin, and Soph wipes out 2 more. It looks so good for Waterloo, but in just one fell swoop with the breach util, everybody dies, and UCF sweep back onto site.
I think there were just one too many smokes and walls on the site. There was just so much going on. I could not tell what was happening, and I don't think Waterloo could either. But I mean, not a bad effort on the eco round there.
Yeah, the tempo was definitely in Waterloo's favor. The judge didn't really see that much light there. And even if they died on the entry, they got 2. It was a 4v3. They had control of the site. But yeah, the util coming in huge for the UCF. That's a lot of people say on second round it's about the guns, but it's also about that util, and UCF with that superior util edges out that round as Waterloo going for another fist fight. P going for a peek, but Neon slides away. Soph has her ult already, but P with a nice double kill. It's going to be another 3v3 scenario after the peaks, but this time UCF are a little bit more conservative. Waterloo trying to take some more space up A here. Screwed has the judge ready one more time. Just one. Unable to pick up any more. Trill is a little bit hurt, but Waterloo is trying to make their way onto site. Get the plant down. Cyanide swings out. The timing is really unlucky, but Trill, 27 HP. The plant goes down. Now it's all up to Demical. I think we've seen this before.
Right.
Demical trying to make their way onto site. The grenade goes wide. 29 armor, 90 HP. Waterloo really don't want to give Demical this 1v1s here. I think Demical's heard the reload on in tree, but he has to go for the defuse. Very, very methodical. Trill picks up 3 to end the round, and that's going to be Waterloo's first round on the board.
Yeah, really nice position from Trill there. You can see that Cyanide had a bit of a timing there at drop, but unfortunately they just had a Sheriff, right? And so maybe if you saw that they were the one with like the Vandal or a Bulldog even, they could have done a lot more damage, but unfortunately they just had a Sheriff and they couldn't get it. And then Trill, even though he was really, really low, got a really nice position, and Demical could not pull off the 1v2 once again.
Yeah, especially in those clutch situations, it's just really important to be methodical. Even if it's a 1v2, if you just give them the 1v1s, I've seen pro players who's 4v1s even sometimes, as Soph is blind deaf. He has no idea what planet he's on, but P has the smoke thrown out. The spray fight's going through the smoke, but at the end it's Silence picking up 2. We've seen this again and again. It just becomes a 3v3 on Rubble after all the util has gone down, but this time maybe Waterloo is looking to go for a rotate of sorts instead of pushing straight to A. And this is a smart play because this is what they've been doing all this time. They've been showing the confidence, going towards A, even if the fight is out and they think, UCF is rotated, they've been going towards the site. But now they're switching up a little bit. going to C, but UCF is a little bit is sussing this out a little bit now.
Yeah, and you can see Demical kind of slowly walking back towards the C site, although he has recalled all of his utility though, so Waterloo are kind of walking into a site without the Killjoy setup.
And we're gonna see the Leer and the util used onto site. Demical is sitting in the smoke. Maybe he's gonna be able to get the frag through the
And the
plant.
Odin spam through the door.
With the Odin spam, Justin is isolated on the site, and that's gonna be another kill for Escruden. That's gonna be 3 for the side of UCF. Now Waterloo with a good idea to rotate there. You know, bait. You know, they've been kind of conditioning UCF to play towards A, and then they go for the C hit. You know, maybe get that free plant on, but I think they were a bit too slow on the execute with, you know, Demical doing a good job of just playing for that, denying that plant.
Yeah.
And ultimately it's UCF that come out on top with another round.
Yeah, Demical kind of, he was good with the rotations, although he did rotate off of C. He started to walk back and he got that kill onto P there. That was really crucial for the round, which allowed for the rest of UCF to kind of just collapse onto the rest of Waterloo.
Yeah, and we see that UCF has burst onto Rubble, like they've been doing every round, but this time they're met with no competition. Cyanide takes Trill's head off and backs up the util. The refrags are going to be trying to come down, but as Scruden with the Odin back with the suppressing fire catches P, and that's going to be 3 down on the side of Waterloo. And there, Soph is sliding around with the Bucky. That's so hard to counter. Neon, that's the reason why Neon is meta these days. If that thing comes around in your ranked games, you have to run away.
Yeah, I mean, I think Soph had enough money to buy a rifle, but they just chose to go with the Bucky. Honestly, fair. They got 2 kills with it.
Yeah, I mean, Neon is just the shotgun demon. You know, like if that thing slides around the corner with a Bucky.
Especially that skin. That's a nice skin.
Well, that is a nice. What was that skin again? Like,
Ion Bucky.
Ion Bucky. Yeah. That is a nice Bucky skin. So we know that he's already getting the skin buff, and on Neon, you know, he's fragging out. He's top 9 kills, top frag. He seems, you know, all you need when you play Neon is confidence.
Yeah, very confident.
Speaking of Neon and Bucky, I don't know if P is ready for this.
Oh
Neon
my.
takes his head off, and with the fast lane, there's another 2 picks onto Waterloo, and UCF just pull off back into sight.
Yeah.
And every round, Waterloo's going to be playing a very disadvantageous round before getting a nice pick onto Escruden.
You can see Waterloo's plan at the start here, I think, was to kind of get the C orb. There are many members of their team that are pretty close to their ultimates. I think the Breach was pretty close, but I mean, the Ion and the Ion Buggy just kind of foiled their entire plan here. Yeah,
it's one of those things, you know, if you see Neon on his side, maybe just go the other way. Because, yeah, Soph is definitely on fire. You see him jumping around corners with a Bucky. He's just ready to run at somebody.
Yeah.
But Waterloo opting to do another rotate, but this time UCF really hasn't overcommitted to defending a site. We see Cyanide hiding in the boxes.
Kind of in a one-and-done position, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea is to try to get a pick, and even if they get traded, it's going to be a 3v2, but you know, Waterloo is going to have to check this if they want to secure the site. Trill with a crazy flick. That makes this game a 3v3, and with Waterloo taking site, we actually don't know what direction this game is going to go. The util is going to come down. Soph jumps into site with a Bucky, but 5 HP. A little bit unlucky for that Bucky spread, but you know, Pork survives, and with the amount of util he has, that 5 HP with the decider.
One enemy remaining.
But Silence just completely destroys the 2 Waterloo players on site. It looks like he knows where Hef is as well. The Killjoy util is going to be important with that 33 HP left. And now it's all mind games. He's trying to half the spike, but Hef manages to get the wall bangs, get the secure. You know, that was, you know, a chain of crack plays. You know, after crack plays, we see that, you know, Trill walks onto A Rubble. You know, Cyanide's waiting for him, and then he just snaps.
Hospital.
Yeah, lands a hospital flick onto Cyanide. But then we see that we see that
Silence with a really nice 2 shots.
Yeah, Silence.
That was a really good try from him, but unfortunately, it was just planted in such a good position for Hef.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really hard to win those 1v3s, especially if you have that plant down on that spot. And you see that Waterloo opting for another mount take, but Soph is ready with a rifle. That's going to be with the showstopper. Is going to get the trade out, though, as Demical runs to site, has the ultimate available as well. So we're going to maybe be able to see retakes here if Waterloo chooses to commit, but right now nothing too, you know.
Look at Hef on the map. Look at how much space he's taken towards A right now.
Yeah, and I bet Hef is yelling, come A right now, come A right now, I have A.
Exactly, exactly.
And with the amount of space he's taking, I think UCF is aware of the space they've given up, but Silence has no idea. Hef is here, just opts to go for the straight kill, and with the util setup, Waterloo is going to lock down, looking to lock down the A site.
Yeah, 4v3 here. They have Omen ult if they need. They still have Omen flash as well too, so lots of utility for this post plant. Killjoy ult if they need.
Yeah, with Hef is just gonna put the entire kitchen sink on that spike and just run to rubble, and it's gonna be a gauntlet of util that UCF have to go through. The first obstacle is the Omen smoke. They have to go through the Omen smoke. They're gonna commit the Nightfall to this, so they really want to take it. One Swarm Grenade is down, but the counter Nightfall comes out. If Waterloo gonna come out with it, Justin gets a kill with that leader. A nice combo, pick another through the wall. As it's all up to Cyanide now. It's a 1v2 situation, but he can't hear anything. Cyanide with another nice kill, but it looks like time is up. UCF commit a lot to that retake, but unfortunately, you know, Waterloo sends the retail right back at their face. And at the end of the day, it's another round for Waterloo in the post plant.
Yeah, just a really nice timing and lurk from Hef, getting that kill as well. They also, if you notice, they took out Silence's breach ult, which was probably would have messed up Waterloo's post plant by a lot, but yeah, they used Raze ult and Fade ult as well. They had lots of post plant utility for that, and just fortunately, although Cyanide hit some nice shots, there was just no time.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, with that Nightfall being committed, Waterloo really opted for that use it or lose it mindset as he gets a nice entry kill, and Hef just goes crazy.
Got two outside of B.
And this is just, that just means the entire left side of the map is completely open for Waterloo to whatever they want. We see Pork push deep into CT side as, you know, Trill's gonna do the mound plant, and you know, you never want to, you know, like play too cocky because you're just in a 5v2. But yeah, Silence has a sheriff.
Yeah.
With the util coming down, P is going to push Silence down to 14 HP, but is discouraged by that blind. But another counter blind comes out. Pork, Delta Force just wipes out Silence, surrounded from all angles. Now it's all up to Scruden, a Guardian and a Dream on this mound. The first obstacle gonna be Hef, who basically won this round by himself almost.
Yeah, I mean, it was an eco round for the side of UCF, and so they weren't going into that round with too many expectations. But now, as you can see, on this full buy round, they have the Neon ultimate, they have the Breach ultimate, Killjoy lockdown, as well as the Clove ultimate as well. So I definitely want to see some set plays coming out here with all their ultimates. Maybe we might see a pause coming soon to kind of discuss what they want to do. But so far, it's just kind of been an A fight at the start of every round. But Waterloo have kind of trended towards going towards the C site.
Yeah, we see that Waterloo has kind of found their footing. They looked a little bit lost at the beginning when they gave up rubble, and they were just like walking around trying to do some rotate plays. But Waterloo opting for more, you know, of a strong play towards the site with all their util. And yeah, it's gonna be up to UCF right now to see how kind of ult they're gonna use to either retake or push Waterloo off the sites. And Hef with another roam attempt. It looks like UCF are trying to run and try to refrag. Soph coming around the back. Hef is stuck in a corner. The Odin fire discourages Hef, but runs right into Soph. It's going to be a 4v4. And now everybody on the side of Waterloo is just posted up around Seaside.
Right, just look at all the space that UCF have taken. Just with the death of Hef there, Waterloo just have no space towards anywhere on the map. They're kind of forced to commit towards C. I mean, they do have the breach ult here.
Yeah, and Trill, the satchel, isn't going to take him on top of the box. The Clove ult is going to be used, but I don't think he can get enough space to make it. But you see Demico refrags Trill, and it's going to be another 2v2. Pork gets the kill, and P, they're actually going to rotate out to B. Yeah, so
Demico in a 1v2.
Yeah, they're going to just opt not to take that 1v1. Actually, P does, but nobody gets a kill, so they're going to look to rotate out, try to take the more safe route with a nice open plan. There's so many angles on this B site that you can pop out of. It's like you got to pick which one. Are you going to come out from Heaven? Are you going to come out from Link? Are you going to come out from Main? And Demical is going to use the turret, which will alert Pork to his location. And a nice kill onto Demical means that Waterloo has flipped the script, and now it's a 4v5. Sorry, a 4-5 type of game.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought that round was looking pretty doomed for Waterloo because it was a 4v5 and they'd lost space towards everywhere on the map. But then that brawl towards the C site, they just kind of went in and they just won out and got a numbers advantage and then played a nice post plant there. 1v2. Justin with a really nice spot, really nice off angle outside of B and just caught Demico off guard.
Yeah, and you know, if you try to make those kind of plays with against full Killjoy util, you're gonna have a bad time. But that's a nice breach into Paranoia combo, and then breach ult is gonna be invested as well. The boom ball actually takes out Cyanide. Trill is gonna look for a third. The ult is popped by Soph, but cannot get much. But we see Silex waiting, but it's just a Sheriff one more time. We've seen this so many times this game. If Silex was the one holding a Judge or a Phantom, you know, we could have seen so much more come out. But unfortunately, it is the eco round for UCF as Scruden is actually the one with the Judge this round.
Yeah, nobody cleared Silex at the start there, but unfortunately, yeah, he just had the Sheriff. If he had some sort of other gun, maybe we would have seen some crazy trigger discipline play, but unfortunate.
Oh, but Scruden has showed up with a classic. He has no idea that that's a Judge waiting for him, but greed is what gets killed. As Scruden killed at the end there, you see the shiny new Singularity Vandal, and you're like, ooh, you know. And before you know it, it's gonna be another 4-6. Waterloo secures 6 rounds in this half. You know, but with these comps being you know, like with Waterloo opting for the Omen on this smoke, they can definitely do a lot more set plays, especially with C towards A and C, where there's these really long angles.
Yeah.
The Omen smoke is really good. Sorry, the Omen blind is really good for those kind of set plays. So Waterloo, you know, making the best use of their comp.
Yeah, generally you would say that this map is more attack sided, but UCF's comp is pretty interesting because they do have the Clove instead of like a more typical controller. So Waterloo with the Nightfall onto the C site, UCF decided to just play retake and give it up.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're going to opt for, I think Killjoy does have a Killjoy ult here.
Yeah, the lockdown.
Yeah, the lockdown is going to be, lockdown might be popped here, but Waterloo doesn't want to give them a chance to use it. But Demical says, no, I'm going to use it, or I'm just gonna kill everyone. Then I don't have to use it. So
yeah,
takes out another kill.
They won't have to use it. Oh, unless Hef have something to say about it.
Yeah, but the defuse is still going down. Silex is sticking this, so it's gonna be another round one. Round one for UCF. As you know, yeah, we were talking about that retake. We're talking about that Nightfall committed, and like, you know, we might see the lockdown used for that retake. But you know, Demical just kills everybody, and Soph just runs in and kills even more people. So
I think both Killjoys have had their ultimates for like the entire half, but the game has just been so fast paced with the Neon and the Clove that I think that the teams don't even have time to even put them down. Yeah,
it's kind of like, you know, usually when we see Killjoy ult used being on Lotus, it's like you walk up C, you take Mound, you put the ult down, you clear out C, you walk on. But you know, in these rounds, like 3 people are just dying in these scrap fights, and at that point you're like, do I need to even use the ult, right? And yeah, so we end up seeing most of the Killjoys just you know, holding on to their utility as you know, Trill looking to nade backside and jump onto Demical, and that's gonna be Demical going down. That is huge. Trill with another huge spray. That's gonna be 3 down. And 3 kills for Trill. Trill wants more. He wants to take names, but Scruden with the Odin shuts him down completely. We see Justin just making a casual afternoon walk towards A site.
Yeah, Trill just plowed in onto C, and even UCF were so confused. They ulted thinking that their whole team was on the site, but no, it was actually a fake. A bit of a interesting fake where you don't really expect the faker to get 3 kills, but I mean, if it works, it works.
Ooh, we finally see a lockdown being used on the side of Hef to just get the C round secured. But Soph gonna get the kill onto Justin and have one more kill as Soph is just sprinting around. Everybody knows where the Neon is. The lockdown almost doesn't go down. It's gonna be a complete fist fight once again. The Prowler goes, the Prowler goes wide, but they completely hear where Soph is. Soph is just bunny hopping all around the map. Of course, no, you know, no more running, no running in the hallway.
Yeah.
As it's gonna be a 5-7 half, really close. In a really close half, we did say that this map is attack sided. You know,
Sure.
but with these comps, we'll have to definitely see what kind of execute Waterloo will pull out
Yeah.
on the side of defense, and we'll see what UCF has ready.
Oh, a bit of a. We actually see the Killjoy here playing towards the A site, which is kind of. I would say that normally you'd see Killjoys kind of holding down C, like on the other side, UCF, you saw Demical on the C side for basically the entire half,
Right.
but Waterloo is going for a solo Killjoy A with Raze and Pork fighting towards Mound.
Yeah, so they've kind of flipped the script on, yeah, like you mentioned, they kind of just flipped the script on this Rebel fight, but that just mean that, you know, the hold power on, especially Rebel, is going to be a little bit weaker if it's a solo Killjoy, so they're going to have to give up space all the way to Ling. That's what the turret is for, I guess, but P, with a nice 2 kills onto UCF, just cuts through. But Demical says, no, I'm holding, I'm going to be carrying the crazy flank once again as Soph takes another 2 out as Justin goes down, and it's going to be the solo Killjoy that is going all the way to C, actually, as UCF walk onto A. What do you
Yeah. Hef with a reclear towards the C side, but unfortunately UCF have pivoted towards A, 1v3. I mean, we saw it on the pistol round, a 1v2 from Demical, but 1v3, this is a bit more difficult.
Yeah, a little more, and especially if the Killjoy is still alive with the fade.
Yeah.
In this 1v3, and yeah, the alarm bot goes off. They have a complete picture of where Hef is going to be. The turret is going to use a little bit of body shield, but with that smoke going out, Hef is going to have to face his first challenge. Actually, no, that's not the first challenge I had in mind, actually, but the door swings open as Cruden's going to take Hef down, 22 HP as Demical gets 3 on the board, gets managed to pick up the round for UCF, and yeah, again,
really nice response from UCF. I mean, you saw that Waterloo had, they had a really nice set play with 2 people, with the Omen and the Breach coming out towards the B, with Raze and Fade coming out towards the C, sort of crunching, them anticipating them to start towards Mound, or maybe towards just picking up the lurk kill that usually goes towards C, but they got the first 2 kills, and then unfortunately Demical picked up 2 really nice kills and kind of foiled their set play, and then you can see UCF with a really nice response to their initial plans.
yeah, and we see Soph going to run it in, but he's going to be running into 4 people with classics out. Soph is absolutely just gunned down and executed by everybody in Waterloo, and I bet he's saying, there's everybody here, like, go somewhere else.
Look at Trill with the judge now. You do not want to be going into that.
Yeah, I don't think Soph had any idea what he was walking into, actually, as you know, UCF opt to go for the full A rotate. It makes sense. Waterloo still staking out the C site, hoping there's going to be another you know, another Neon that runs in, but for now UCF is going to open doors, going to get the plant down on to A site, and we see we're going to have to see how Waterloo pull off this retake with a judge.
Yeah, what they can do with the judge. Now I don't know if Trill has any more satchels, but maybe we could see some. Oh, we do see Cyanide towards drop here. I mean, if they can single him out, but
that will be the first step in taking space on the site, but the Airy spray is going to pick up P and Trill as Pork going to get the classic kill, but Hef has
2v1.
managed to kill the flanking Killjoy. Now it's all up to Silence with the bomb down. It's going to be a little bit tough, even with the bomb down, without any util, it's going to be a little bit tough for him to do anything. The flash goes out into Tree. Silence methodically taken out by Waterloo. There wasn't that much time remaining, but they did a good job of just, you know, decisively executing on site with their util.
I mean, that was just with classics, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much work the judge actually did that round, but yeah, they made good use of their classics. They get they managed to deny the second round from UCF, and
maybe UCF just playing a bit too far up there. I mean, if you know that the enemy team only just doesn't have any sort of guns other than the judge, maybe you'd want to just stay far away, but
right. It's like how you don't want to go into lamp in
Yeah.
in bind when the enemy team's on an eco, because you're definitely gonna get 2-tapped by a shorty.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of 2-tap, we see that UCF have opted to not go for the Rebel fight after seeing all that util, and they're instead opting to do a B hit. Pork gets a kill onto Cyanide, but traded.
Soft is in so deep. with just the sheriff.
Yeah, and he's trying to do a fast flank, but I think Hef knows what is happening. Pork, he has to kill onto Scruden as UCF have control of this B
Oh, but
site.
they don't have the bomb.
Oh yeah, where is the bomb?
Unfortunately, I think Cyanide may have been holding on to it, but
One enemy
1-2.
remaining.
yeah.
Yeah, the Bulldog, the Demical and Soph kind of look like a movie trailer. You know, like they both come in at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, from both sides, but they're unfortunately gunned down by the Bulldog. And yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, that was their eco round, but yeah, that's gonna be another round over to the side of Waterloo.
Yeah, they probably would have liked to see a bomb plant, but unfortunately something happened with the bomb at the start of the round, and so they weren't able to get that down. But I mean, they got into the B site pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they got the site. Soph actually got a nice kill with the sheriff on the site there as well.
Right.
So
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the
it-
Neon ulti this round. See what Soft can bring out.
yeah, and we see this come out every round from Waterloo. They really don't want to give up rubble. The util being thrown down as well. The smoke coming down. And UCF opting for more of a default play. But we see Waterloo has actually moved the Killjoy setup back over to C. Which means that if Soph decides to run in here, it's going to be a little bit tougher to break through all the alarm bots and the swarm grenades. But Hef has been pushed out to CT with the execute. Soph just slides completely behind
Wow.
Hef. That's a nice read by UCF to snuff out that Killjoy there as
Three-man flank coming in from Waterloo though.
yeah, and they're going to have to watch out so they don't run into
The dog.
the dog. What the dog doing? The dog didn't catch out Cyanide as that's another 2 kills over in the mount side. Now it's going to be all up to Justin as the turret's going to spot him out. So, you know, while he has all his HP and all his util, I think UCF are going to be on a little bit of a hunt. Demical goes blind, and that's going to be a kill over to Justin. A nice another headshot onto the side of Justin. But with 19 HP, it's going to be too little too late. And Cyanide not getting snuffed out there on the mound just completely shuts out that flank.
Yeah, beautiful C take there from UCF. I really like their use of the utility and how they kind of knew to push spawn there on Hef. You can see Hef was just completely, there was no way he was winning that against the Neon ult and the flash. And then it was really unlucky for them flanked there that the Fade dog didn't catch onto Cyanide. And so he was able to get 2 kills there for free, and just the round really fell apart for Waterloo.
Yeah, and we see full buys come out on both teams, both sides here, and we see UCF is actually holding on to 2 ults. So we'll have to see what kind of play they opt for. They've actually opted to go all A here. Interesting read. That's a good read, actually, because Waterloo was taking a rubble fight every round, but UCF decided this specific round to run it into A when everybody on Waterloo is posted up on C. But there's a little bit of an obstacle, and that's called a fade with an Odin. And as soon as I say that, the obstacle gets removed, actually. But
Could have done some damage.
I think it did some damage. I think someone on UCF is actually 5 HP. The paranoia is going to go down, but Waterloo not going to go for the full retake just yet. I think they're waiting for the breach util to do that. The Tremors go down. Trill gets a kill onto Soph. They're going to have to snuff out Silence
Silence under heaven with the Odin.
with the Odin.
Last
Yes, and
player
Silence gets
standing.
another kill with the Phantom and P walking onto site. It's a double angle, but UCF actually looking to
They're
do
both
another
low.
methodical play. The util does not, the stun doesn't hit on to P, but that's Cyanide with a third, and that's going to be another round towards
Yeah.
UCF.
I mean, well played from UCF there. Both of them were low, and they were just playing time, kind of running circles around P. But I mean, nice attempt there. UCF with a nice 8, with a nice 8 hit.
Yeah, and UCF has, you know, that was a good read from the side of UCF as well, because we saw everybody from Waterloo, probably, like, I think the hard read from Waterloo was they're going to come see, you know, we'll take the
Right.
mound fight, and UCF just managed to walk basically 5 members of their team
Yeah.
straight onto A. And, you know, Pork does his best to try to get the hold with
Yeah.
the Odin, but with all that util,
Yeah,
That's a
1v5
yeah,
there.
a little bit too much to ask for.
Yeah. Good chunk onto Soph, but
Yeah. Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you walk into site and get a trade and get the plant down, then that's a little bit hard to ultimately win that round. As Waterloo,
they're just running it down.
yeah, they were just running it down. Hef actually had his knife out there. Neon just slides everywhere, and Hef gets his wrist broken, unfortunately, by that Neon. As Scruden picks up another kill with the Odin, and Soph is dancing that wall. Oh no, that yeah, wall, gets the nice wall diagonally onto site, which means that's enough space for UCF to burst on there, and P is gunned down with the Odin as last member of Waterloo, Pork. The first one to die last round, last one to die this round is trying to go
Maybe
make the
just
hero
for
play.
some exits.
Yeah.
Just see a gun there that he could pick up.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's not a bad gun. The Araxis, I think. Yeah.
With the new gun buddy, the cat gun buddy.
Ooh, yeah, I do like the cat gun buddies actually.
UCF, they seem to think that Pork is towards the spawn area. They're trying to hunt him down, but Pork is actually flanked. Maybe we'll see him make contact with Escurden.
Oh, maybe not. The god of timing has taken that duel away from this. The Prowler is actually not gonna snuff him out, but Pork gets the kill onto his
He
Scruden.
could maybe pick up the Odin here, actually.
Does he want the Odin? Yeah, he wants the Odin.
Yeah. It's actually not a bad trade for Pork there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a gun game. You know, you get upgrade
Yeah.
your gun. Maybe you'll get like the snowball launcher.
Yeah,
like next
but
time, yeah.
Waterloo with 4 ultimates on the board here and 1 away from the Killjoy lockdown as well. You really want to see them do something with the ult here. This game has been so close, but actually I'm surprised that neither side has decided to take like any timeouts or anything to talk about any strats. I guess they're both just really locked in.
Yeah, they're locked in for sure, and they're ready to take another fight. And you know, while there has been a lot of mismatching on the side of attack defense, we might see an all-out A-brawl, judging by the way the movements on both teams are. P goes for the swing, but Cyanide shuts that down quickly. The showstopper is going to go, and Trill's going to get the kill. He shakes his mouse around so fast, he managed to get around the box, so it's going to be full fights, but the stun comes down. Trill is bouncing around everywhere with a satchel. But the Clovalt comes out. Pork is just swinging around the corner with the Odin, but this also means he's stuck.
How is he
Cyanide
still alive?
just runs around the corner. In ult, his body is just flung away with a breach ult as well. Justin gets the follow-up on that as Hef gets a kill onto Soph, but Silence trades it right back, and it's going to be all up to Justin, 63 HP. You know, 1 blind, 1 stun, and a dream.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that fight was a little disjointed there from Waterloo. Maybe they weren't expecting UCF to kind of re-hit again after they got that initial control, but I mean, let's see what Justin can do here in the 1v2.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, we saw that. There was so much utility.
Cyanide.
Cyanide? Yeah, Cyanide has been going huge actually, especially in this half. You know, with him shutting down the flanks, and getting that 4K in that round here. Like, he's been going absolutely huge. I think he was more towards the bottom of the scoreboard in the first half of the game.
Right.
But he's made an amazing comeback, and that just means that, you know, UCF have turned it around once again, so it becomes a 10-9. And yeah, that was, I think, one of the first rounds in this half where there was a huge rubble fight with both teams.
Yeah.
You know, the showstopper was used, the breach ult was committed.
Yeah.
But
you can see the Clovalt actually got some really good value there.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, Waterloo, you know, got separated a little bit. Pork got stuck in the corner with the Odin.
Yeah, he actually lived for a surprisingly long amount of time, but he wasn't able to pick up any kills.
Yeah, and yeah, we see UCF come out on top again there. Speaking of the A fight, Soph does manage to take enough space into rubble, but maybe UCF just want to fake it and rotate somewhere else. But they have to be careful that they don't walk straight into
Killjoy lockdown coming out from Demical.
Yeah, the setup on the C, but yeah, we see the lockdown come down from Demical, so they're looking to do a straight C hit. Waterloo still have 2 members on A just to watch out. UCF maybe have someone crawling up there, but have looking to put down the counter lockdown. Probably waiting for the plants, and the lockdown's going to come out right now, along with the Nightfall.
Yeah, you can see UCF just can't commit to this plant.
Yeah, Demical is caught out with, you know, yeah, Demical is caught out while everybody on UCF is flooding out of sight. We see Hef looking to go for actually a fast hit there, but he's completely stunned. He's in the smoke. Cyanide gets a kill, and Scruden follows up with the Odin as well. It's going to be a full-out gunfight on the C side, but Pork is holding the site down with the Phantom Silence, the last man on the side of UCF. The C hit gone horribly wrong. With 13 seconds left on the clock, I don't think there's much he can do except for just save this gun.
Save here.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a crazy round. I mean, it seemed like it was kind of like weighing in between both sides. Like the tides were shifting with each different ultimate that came out. At first, they thought they had C, but then the counter lockdown comes out, but then the breach ult comes back, but then Pork with the 2 nice frags, and I think Trill picking up one as well.
Yeah, it was just like trade on trade on trade, util and util on util, and then it came down to that 2v2 in ramp, and then Pork gets those 2 kills with the Phantom, which manages to secure Waterloo the round. Like we mentioned, really, really close game, 10-10 with UCF, go for a punch and then Waterloo counter right back.
Yeah.
And then UCF like fake it out and go another site, but we see that UCF has opted for another full rubble commit as the Odins are just spraying each other down actually. But no hit gonna be had, no tag gonna be had yet as it's just a battle of Odin through the tree. As Trill opting to play onto site, and it's actually going to be Pork victorious, managing to get a kill onto Cyanide. P with Ares as well.
Returning with the Ares.
It's just a machine gun warfare over here as a door is going to be open, but with the Leer and Grenade committed, UCF aren't going to be able to walk into this one as they're looking to play a bit more slowly, and oh my god, Pork is just shredding people.
I feel like both teams haven't even seen each other, but there's just been so many gunshots exchanged between them.
Yeah, look how low Pork just got off that Odin spray as well. It's like playing Battleship, like you're just calling out, where people are. You just spray through the wall. Hopefully you get a good tag. And it is a 3v5, but P and Pork are very, very low at the moment. So definitely things could turn around at any second. But it's all up to UCF to make the next move, with 5 key members of Waterloo alive, and with the Killjoy waiting on the other side with the util. They know that UCF are hanging around this A side.
But unfortunately, the Fade, I think, did scan 2 for UCF, and so you can also see as well, Hef pushed out towards B and C. They have so much control, and I think UCF are just forced to kind of save here.
10 seconds left.
And, to kind of add the nail to the coffin there, the Omen ult is also committed by Waterloo to make sure that UCF aren't doing anything sneaky on the other side of the map. And UCF smartly opt to hold the play as well. And okay, as Gruden just
how did Trill die?
Yeah, as Gruden just destroys Trill through the smoke. But that's just the Odin gameplay that we like to see here in Valorant.
Yeah, 1 ult point away. For the Neon here, as you can see, they are able to get self a gun, but I think they could also try and get the Neon ult here. And you can see that Waterloo, with the last couple of rounds, they kind of used every single ultimate, especially that round 2 rounds ago, that crazy round. And so, yeah, both teams just not with a lot of ultimates to work with. Maybe we'll see something with the Neon ult here, though.
Right. And if I'm UCF, and I have all these ults, then I want to rotate these out as fast as possible, especially it's 10 and 11. You don't want to get, like, playing on 11 and playing on match point is actually, like, completely different in terms of stress also. So if I'm UCF, I would be looking to commit, a lot of my util. Speaking of which, Nightfall is the first thing that's committed. So gonna go huge on site, get the frag, just runs out of runs out of C right away. Maybe UCF is looking to do a quick B rotate, but P wants to not make that happen actually, as Trill comes out wide, gets 2. Soph is going to trade that back, but that means this round is back at a standstill at a 3v3. This door has been spinning around forever as UCF is just dancing around B and C, trying to make a decision on where to go next. As Waterloo just go for the standard hold though. They have 1 on C, 1 on A, 1 on B. They're kind of saying, if you're just running around everywhere, if you're trying to confuse us, we'll just, put 1 on each site and we'll, take it very slow. But UCF sneaking up onto C. I think they should know the Omen is around, on this B, towards Waterfall as well.
Yeah, I don't think P is aware of Cyanide's position. I mean, but a bit of a whiff coming out from Cyanide. The shot's just not landing, and yeah, Waterloo picking up all 3 kills across the map.
Yeah, and the one lesson I learned from this half is you do not want to be like anywhere near Pork. with
the Odin.
Yeah. If UCF standouts player on this half is Cyanide, then definitely on the side of Waterloo it's Pork. He's been doing a really good job of holding the site down, especially with the Odin. We saw him like single-handedly kind of push off that push, with the Odin in the tree, just shredding people through walls. So UCF, I think, they have to make a plan to maybe, like hit A really fast and like overwhelm Pork, or just don't go A if you don't have enough util.
Yeah, I mean, Pork spamming once again. We can see 4 players, but P, I think that was a kill through the smoke.
Yeah, I think that was a good crosshair placement, as we say in the industry, as
Right?
Soph is just waiting with a judge for someone to creep out of that smoke. Trill barely manages to get around the corner. The ult is committed, and it's going to be all up to Pork. Once again, the Odin does not manage to take... Oh, actually, no. Odin
Stands
does
his ground.
take... The Odin does stand the ground. We talked about this. You really do not want to be on the receiving end when this... when that Odin is firing, as a Justin
with the
has the
flash out.
utility out, and Demical is going to be able to get that kill. And maybe UCF will look to get this commit onto B as a...
Look at Hef on the flank here. I don't think UCF expect him at all.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, that's a spike down again.
Spike down A.
This is going to be really hard for Demical to win here. I mean,
Oh,
he remembers the
remaining.
pistol round.
yeah, nice. Okay, but it's Pork with Odin, so
Defenders win.
it's gonna be a really close round again at the end
Yeah.
there. These rounds have been really close again and again and again. But at the end of the day, it's a Waterloo managed to edge out that win over UCF. You know, with you know, albeit a hard fought but a well played defense. And UCF, we definitely saw crazy moments from them as well. Especially with Soph Neon just running into site,
Yeah.
getting a pick and running out. And Cyanide locking down those you know, flanks and side entries. It was a really close game actually.
Yeah, I believe that was UCF's map pick.
Mhm.
And so, although Waterloo, of course, they did have the side selection, they did choose the attack side, which is usually more like the favorite side. But yeah, that was a really close and really fun match to watch. And I think now we'll be throwing it to a bit of a break before our next matches. And so we'll see you there. I think the next map is Ascent.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, stay
So-
tuned.
See you there.
And welcome back to Game 2 of CVAL 2024 warm-ups, and it is currently 1-0 in the favor of Warriors Gold against UCF. That was a really close first game we saw from both teams. We saw some really strong fragging ability. We saw a lot of like brain play there. We saw like teams try to opt for a lot of rotate plays. Try to do a lot of different strategies in the first game. It ended up being a 10-13, but it was a really close game one. It's going to be Warriors Gold on top, though, as we move to the second map, which is Ascent.
Right. I'm interested in seeing the comps here. I know recently in the Game Changers Championships, they've been experimenting with like a lot of different characters. I think I've been seeing a lot of Yoru and a lot of Deadlock come out, and we can see right now UCF, they do have a Breach hovered, which would be a little bit, they actually have a Breach locked, which is a little bit different for this map. Usually you would see the KO, but we can definitely see that the Breach, they could have a lot of set plays with it. It could work out very well as well.
Yeah, I think the important thing with Breach is does it kind of justify the lack of info that the amount of info you're missing out when you don't pick the KO, because KO on this map obviously is really just good for you have some really safe knives that just like, can say like, oh, they're all A this round, they're all B this round. And yeah, if we see the executes come through that can kind of overcome that lack of information, then I think we can definitely justify that Breach pick. But overall, it's going to be basically a mirror comp, standard Ascent comp, just with that initiator difference.
Right, and honestly, I would say that I would prefer KO's flashes too for the pop flash ability, but Breach flashes, you do have the Breach stun, of course, and the aftershock, so the Breach, definitely you'd want it for some fast sight hits, and the ultimate also is always really helpful as well.
Yeah, we could definitely see some like set plays like you mentioned with the Breach. Maybe like a straight line generator stun and like a run in with the flashes or something. But as soon as we talk about that, we see that Trill is just pushing straight into market with a dash. It looks like Waterloo has opted for a fast round one.
E-split.
Yeah, that's gonna be the first kill going over to Hef, as a Scruden at the only one on the site is unfortunately taken down for UCF. Cyanide with a nice trade though, as basically all of UCF have managed to rotate here, but P gets the kill with the Sheriff onto the site. Justin holding the stairs with the Ghost. It's gonna be trades on trades on trades.
P with the Sheriff in main.
Going down, but P jumps around all of Denical's bullets. And it's going to be Silence trying to secure this kill before going for the site take, but P with a 4K goes huge on round one.
Yeah,
and,
massive round out here. I'm not sure if I assume he didn't buy the Sheriff, because usually with Omen you'd want your smokes and your flash. He probably just picked it up from someone that they killed, but P just kind of stayed main, and he stayed alive throughout the whole run. You can see him ducking and weaving and jumping, and no one on the side of UCF was really able to hit him, and he picked up 4 kills.
Yeah, Waterloo managed to get through mid and contested 2 that round, which is very big. Especially if you're solo on the site itself, you feel so much pressure.
Right.
Especially if there's someone coming through market.
Yeah, it's interesting. They put Killjoy towards A, and they had 3 starting A. Maybe they thought that they had a bit of a read. They thought that Waterloo would hit A, but they chose wrong.
Yeah, and they have paid the price for choosing wrong, as Waterloo with their fancy schmancy Spectres and Bulldogs and whatnot and Vandals are making their way up cap, but they have to be really careful
for this shorty.
As Waterloo detects some, uses their danger sense and backs off cat as they spot out onto the B side as well. Trill's just
another shorty
straight
here.
in. The shorty goes through, it goes between 2 people like a goalpost. Unfortunately, so on the side with a classic, but the running gun from the Spectre was too much to handle. P managed to get Cyanide on that smoke push there. It's gonna get 2 members of UCF, 1 HP actually on the Trill, but it's gonna be up to them to make some kills happen on their ego.
Last player standing.
Or not.
Flawless here, coming out from Waterloo. They get to keep all of their weapons. I mean, UCF, honestly, their positions were not bad. They had some opportunities to kill there with shorties and with sheriffs. It was really unlucky. I mean, they tagged Trill to 1 HP and they couldn't get the kill there. And then also for the side of Escruden, he had kind of an opportunity to kill with the shorty, but Waterloo just went so fast and overwhelmed him, and through the smoke, he just got unlucky there.
Yeah, yeah. I think, like you mentioned, UCF definitely had a lot of chances. It's just the execution was a little bit unfortunate for them. Like the shorty goes between two people, and like Cyanide tries to go for the fast, like surprise hit, but it's shut
Yeah.
down. Um, yeah, and that's just the UCF try their best to make the best of a bad situation, but unfortunately Waterloo do manage to shut them out as Trill jumps into the smoke and Pork managed to land the 1-2 combo, but Demico with 2 headshots.
P with a
trades out
nice
by
trade
P.
though.
Be a 3v3 situation. They're gonna set up around generator, and the plant is gonna go down.
Yeah, they really just overwhelmed the Omen and Tree there. He really just stood no chance against all that util, but
enemy
Soft
remaining.
with nice kill towards Heaven, and yeah, UCF cleaning up the round there.
Yeah, and we see there that Waterloo get the plant down onto site, but they kind of get all stuck behind the generator.
Yeah.
They don't have enough time to kind of spread out, play main or hell, or even like play door. Like they could even like jump down to Dorg, and they were really stuck there. And UCF with their like fast tempo manages to clean out everybody in generator, and that's gonna be their first round on the board now.
But that was Waterloo's bonus round, although they did have a couple of rifles going into that round. It was pretty close, right? You can see they definitely had pretty good chance to win that round. It was a 3v3 at some point, but then UCF just closed it out in the end, and now we'll see sort of the first official even gun round here between the two teams.
Yeah, and we see that Escrutin has opted for the Sova Odin onto B as is commonly played. The knife not going to spot out anyone, I think, over there, but the alarm bot's going to go down. Waterloo applying more pressure to mid, forces out the Odin user here as well, as Demical is looking to take space towards A. He might be met with opposition from
What an
P
angle
standing on the box.
From P there.
Yeah, but a little bit of damage on both sides, but nothing too extreme going down as a drone onto Cat. Not going to be seeing anyone, so maybe Pork is going to try and walk into this trail. The dash runs out. Waterloo are sneaking their way around the map. They try to work their way up mid now. Up Cat, the spray. Trill is going to be able to find a kill on Cyanide.
You can see Trill, he's just calling them back right now. I mean, that's the Omen down. The controller, they're not able to re-smoke anything. They've lost the flash, and I think Demical and the side of UCF, they're just forced to play a retake on the site.
Yeah, Identical with a huge whiff actually onto with a
30
huge whiff
seconds
onto
left.
Trill means that's going to be still a 5v4. And like you mentioned, Waterloo did a really good job playing the picks there, just getting another kill. Actually,
Spike
UCF
planted.
are trying to make their way through this smoke. The Aftershock actually gets a kill on Dustin as well. But while the swarm grenade is going off, I just want to talk about how good Waterloo's poke and prodding there, playing for picks there was.
Placing
They
swarm grenade.
work up mid, they put pressure on all sides, force out the util, and then with Trill getting that kill onto Cat, into Tree, that means that the rest of Waterloo
One
lose,
enemy
knowing that there's no Omen to re-smoke like you mentioned, and it's all up to Silence
Silence.
once again. It's actually going to
Enemy
be a 4K.
It's gonna have to get the ace here for the round win.
Yep, but the one-way is dropped, and there's not enough time on the board. He can't dilly-dally too long. He's opted to think.
Knows where P is now.
P is in main, but that one-way
Oh.
is going to be a little bit too hard to overcome. There's a little bit of a messy gunfight at the end there too, but at the end of the day, Silence comes real close, but not enough.
Yeah, you can see the one-way just completely screwed him over. He actually had a fair opportunity there to get a shot onto P, but just weaving in and out of the smoke, he couldn't really find the crosshair, and then, yeah, P kind of saving Waterloo there from a
Yeah.
worrying situation. That would have been an ace clutch 1v4 or 1v3, I believe, for
yeah.
Silence.
I hate it when that happens, personally. I think that little, drop there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I'm feeling it. You know, I'm like on fire.
Yeah,
I
if
can-
the
I can
ledge
kill
wasn't
everybody.
there, yeah.
And then I'm gonna take this gunfight and I drop it. Oh, and then you lose. Actually, PS teleported straight into Boathouse.
The
Screwed
Bucky.
had the Bucky. That was maybe the right idea, but he's unable to finish off P there. Backside, that's gonna be UCF. Waterloo
One
taking
enemy
over
remaining.
the site with only one player remaining on the side of UCF now. Soph has 9 HP, a Sheriff, and Waterloo merciless, flawless, stomped their way onto B, and they make it look easy.
Yeah, I find it pretty interesting actually. UCF their Sentinel and their Duelist players seem to have switched on this map. I know that usually players can play like a variety of roles, but Demical and Soft, they've just completely switched characters. Maybe Soft is just more comfortable in the Neon, and so they like to see that on Lotus, but now we see different sides of both players on this map.
Yeah, that's something we see in some pro teams as well. Is like they're like usually like a really good initiator, but then or like a sentinel, and they start like playing Yoru
Yeah.
on some maps, or like Neon on some
Yeah.
maps. So yeah, like we see that typical UCF have that kind of thing going on. Drone's gonna spot out Soph. Is anyone gonna be able to save him? No, actually,
Yeah.
Scruden manages to avenge his dead friend.
I mean, Soft maybe with a bit of a duelist mindset from last map. Usually you'd see Killjoys playing safer on site, just playing off their util, but he wanted to go for an off angle there and fight towards B main, but it didn't go in his favor, although Scruden was able to get a nice trade.
Yeah, Waterloo playing very cautiously there. Nothing feels worse than when you're playing an off angle and a drone comes around the corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, Waterloo doing really well to play very methodically. We see something floating around up there with their knives out as
Have tried to throw the molly at him.
the Demical is actually going to be able to get the last laugh there, getting the headshot onto Hef. But we see that there's
It's actually a bit of a fake.
A bit of a fake, yeah, and execute onto A means that these two members of Waterloo are going to be able to walk onto site. They do want more, though. It's a 2v4. They want to make some weird plays. They want to take space, but Cyanide winning that 1v1 should be kind of sealing the deal for the side of UCF as he pushes through the smoke, gets one, gets not enough damage on the Jet to pick that up, and that's going to be a round for UCF. A strong defensive round after a little bit of a mishap on B main.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great attempt there from Waterloo trying to go to the other site, but losing your other player towards the other side of the map and then having to play a 2v4, you can see Justin trying to go for a bit of like a cheeky play towards Heaven, trying to get a pick or two, but it wasn't able to land, and then Pia was just forced into a 1v4.
Yeah, I mean, those are the things you have to do when you're down in numbers,
Yeah.
especially if it's like a 2v4.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think the idea was to try and like push up to Heaven and take space, but the Hunter's Fury is not going to tag anyone just yet as Drill managing to updraft dash onto site. Pork takes down a Scruden, and Hef getting another kill. He's going to revive Justin here, as this means that 5 members of Waterloo are actually all alive, going all onto the B site.
Yeah, and this round just looks over, honestly.
Yeah, and yeah, just last round, Waterloo kind of saying last round was a fluke. We can execute real strong onto B, as Silence does manage to pick up a kill, but he's traded out by Justin as Pork picks up 3, gets one with 103 at the beginning of the round there, picks up another kill with the Phantom, walks onto site, gets another kill, and yeah, I mean, Waterloo, you know, kind of, you know, saying
Changing
like,
it up a bit.
changing up a little bit, saying like that last round was a fluke. Our execute is real good, actually.
Yeah.
Like, we're just gonna run it on the site, and yeah, they managed to get an explosive round off of UCF.
Yeah, they had enough of just playing slow and taking mid space, and they just went for the fast B hit. Actually, we've been seeing a couple of fast B hits coming out from Waterloo, but that run with the Sova ult, they just overwhelmed. They overwhelmed the people on the B site, and they were able to take it, as well as getting the revive with the KO ultimate.
I actually couldn't tell if that was an off or not. I don't think I don't think UCF have enough money actually
think
to
so.
go for that. I think that was like
Maybe it's a Marshall.
or something. But yeah, Cyanide actually gets a kill on the key.
Lucky
With
again.
another buck. But it's gonna be the superior guns coming out on top. I think that, yeah, that was a Marshall. You know, unless like there's a way to transfer money in this game, I don't think there's any way to get an op there. But
I wish.
yeah, I wish. You know, I wish. You know, why don't they let you funnel like
Funnel
like $4,000
into
like,
one
in
person?
in the first round, and like he runs around with like an op,
like
oh,
money
like,
transfer,
yeah.
like in balloons, so you can
Yeah,
like transfer
exactly.
credits.
Exactly. You know, you gotta you get your like 10-1 Reyna on the second half.
Yeah.
You like give her a Phantom first round, like you see her pop off everywhere. You know, that's the right idea.
Yeah, but I mean, Waterloo, it seems like they've been getting gold funneled right into their pockets. They're up so much. I think for the rest of this half, they're probably able to buy comfortably unless UCF want to flawless them every round, but that just does not seem to be happening.
Yeah, and we see that this defense is kind of crumbling every round, but
Scruden.
actually Scruden
Spike down
gets
B.
With the
2 with the
Sova, the
Hunter's
Hunter's Fury.
Waterloo knows exactly where he is, but they haven't managed to snuff him out just yet. Exactly. Hef going to clear out these smokes. Soph is going to be sitting on backside. This 1v1 could be the decider. Soph is looking somewhere else, but gets nice point. That's one, that's two with 4 HP. Soph holds strong as Gruden. This is the 1-2 combo of the Sentinel, the Sova. You know, as Gruden picks up 2 with the Hunter's Fury and Soph locks down the site as Waterloo wasn't as explosive of a B hit, but largely kind of due to that Hunter's Fury coming down over top. But you know,
Yeah, honestly, I liked the hit from them, but I think, I mean, obviously we didn't see what happened, but as Gruden's Sova ult just picked up 2, and I don't think Waterloo were expecting that, and then they kind of just were a little bit disjointed in fighting Soph there towards backside. A little bit of shots whiffing, and Soph was able to kind of pick up the both of them. You'd expect that he'd be traded out, but another B hit here.
And Waterloo is, Waterloo seems to be just challenging UCF on the B hit there. And, at this
Oh,
point,
Soph just walking through the smoke
yeah.
right into Trill's crosshair.
Yeah, and at this point, statistically, if it works half the time, if it works half the time and you're on this many points up, then it's worth doing again and again.
Yeah.
If you win half the time, you're 3-6 up. You should be winning the game if you keep winning half and half now. And especially, I think it's not even like a 50-50 at this point because Waterloo look really dominant when they get it going towards this B site.
Yeah, on this attacking half as well.
Yeah, on this attacking half. So it's gonna be really up to UCF to adapt their setup because right now, Trill has free reign with the updraft dash onto site. They've been doing a lot of these same set plays. And UCF seems to be kind of caught with their pants down every time, which cannot be happening.
Yeah, and I think last round they also tried moving Demical onto the B site, maybe to try and fight that a bit more, but this round you can see Waterloo opting to not go for a fast B hit. They did move the breach onto the B site to maybe try and counteract the fast hits, but you can see Waterloo going for, again, taking mid controls, kind of alluding back to the start of the game.
Yep, and we see Trill out here again, but manages to dash back into safety as it was Soph holding it. There's no more alarm bell already. Util sitting mid now, so UCF have one more thing to be worried about as it's going to be Waterloo maybe looking to do this cat play again, maybe looking to do this B main play again. But if they're going for this tree play, they have to snuff out that Escruden is waiting here. With the Odin, the spray down comes down, the dart is going to scan him out, and the pop flash manages to make secure a kill for Trill. As we see this before, right? Waterloo do this default play, and then they snuff out one so well, and then they start executing onto another site.
Yeah, and then Hef just getting all this info and space towards B, and Pork just 1v2ing them in their spawn.
Well, Cyanide was waiting for them in Boathouse, but it's a little bit too late as Demical is the last one to fall on the side of UCF.
Yeah, and I mean, I think both maps, Pork has been kind of popping off. I think he's towards the top of the scoreboard once again for this map. But yeah, just him and Trill, they've just been tearing their way through UCF. They have no answers at this point.
Yeah, a lot of these key moments we saw is that like Pork and Trill, like Trill is like playing at the front lines,
Right.
He's, like jumping in, getting info, jumping back out, like moving to cat, like jumping mid, and then like going B, going through market. So like this has been the really the attacking core on the side of Waterloo that has managed to get them so many of these rounds. But I don't think we've seen a straight A hit actually from Waterloo.
That's true.
On this in this half right now. So if they opt to go for it, we'll have to see what they have ready for this.
Yeah, and you can see 2 Waterloo members, Pork and Trill, that duo again. They're just kind of inserted outside towards A here. Demical might be walking into a bit of a trap.
We're waiting for Demical outside with the Util already, but he manages to get one. That's a judge. Pork, be careful! But UCF manages, Pork manages to shut down Escruden. Escruden had the opportunity to go huge there as soon as he heard the door.
Yeah, good awareness there from Pork.
A little bit unfortunate that that judge couldn't come in huge. But UCF look like they have no intentions to go down into this gently. They want to run it in. They want to take the fight. Of course, it is last round, so they got to take whatever they can get. But again, it's Siling's last one remaining. The blind is going to go out, and Justin has jumped out with a classic. Going to be taken down by the Phantom, but with the spray down from P, it's going to be going to the spooky 9-3. Ooh.
Yeah. And honestly, I wanted to see a bit. I feel like the breach, although Silence was hitting some nice shots, I feel like the breach util wasn't coming up as much as I'd liked it to have come up, especially. I think Silence was playing more towards the A site for the majority of the round, but Waterloo were just kind of going to where he wasn't, and so he wasn't able to use the aftershock to slow down their fast hits, which maybe is just a bit of a good read from Waterloo or just unlucky from Silence, but yeah, 9 rounds on the attacking half, not something that you would usually want to see on Ascent, but maybe UCF are just a more attack-sided team.
Yeah, and that's just the KO difference also, right? Like if that breach was a KO, then KO has a lot more to say kind of during those like mid-game stalls,
Right.
mid-game phases where like the attackers are kind of playing the cup shuffling game where
Yeah.
they like oh like where am I gonna hit, where am I gonna hit? KO has a lot more to say with a knife and with the
Mhm.
pop flashes, has a little bit more flexibility to play around those kind of game states. And yeah, like you mentioned, if breach isn't able to throw the util as the attackers are running in, it's really hard to get value out of it.
Yeah.
Especially if you already had players die in the site phase.
Yeah, for sure. 2 members of Waterloo here towards backside, but UCF are going for a spawn push.
Spike down B.
Again, we saw for a moment it was really UCF favored, and then Waterloo just takes down 2 more on site. As with the aftershock going down, Hef is going to turn his back to stairs.
Last
Silence
player
gonna get the
standing.
kill onto
One
Port, but Hef
enemy
gets
remaining.
the trade out. It's gonna be a 1v1 scenario. Hef doesn't see where Soph is, and Soph with a nice clean headshot with a Sheriff to take that pistol round for UCF.
Yeah, and
Absolutely huge.
absolutely crucial for them as well. If they want any chance of winning this map, they had to win that round. And yeah, I mean, huge clutch there from Soph.
Yeah, like that Soph, I think, like it's really important, especially for 9-3 in this half, to win that pistol, secure the bonus, and it's definitely a huge confidence booster too. To know that like if you win pistol, like you can like keep the momentum going, and we see that UCF has gone for a full A hit, but Waterloo has kind of anticipated that and putting 3 members here ready, and putting nobody on B. Actually, I think is that 2 mid on the side of Waterloo there, or oh, that's 1 mid and the 4 A side. So
Yeah.
UCF have to be a little bit careful, if they want to commit to any kind of A play. So they're smartly using that information to rotate off, kind of do what Waterloo was doing before. Look mid, look cat, poke and prod everywhere, see where things are. The knife is actually going to spot them out, which is, like we mentioned, why KO is so good on this map. Troll with a nice kill onto Cyanide, who pushed through the smoke, getting a little bit overzealous.
Oh, but actually, a 3v3
Spike
here.
down mid.
Yeah,
Oh, but Demico finds Justin.
Last
on
player
the other
standing.
side of the map, Demical is just tearing Waterloo to shreds. It looked really good from Trill's POV, but yeah, Demical with a bulldog, which is destroying Waterloo.
Yeah, and really good patience there from UCF, not just deciding to hit A into Waterloo's stack. You can see Waterloo, it's an eco run, they just gambled. They put all their members towards A and opting for a retake towards B. And UCF almost went into the A side, but then they decided to play it slow, head back towards mid, and picked up some nice kills on Waterloo to close out the round there.
Yeah, and we see that UCF have a Bucky, they have a Guardian, they get a
Yeah,
Bulldog.
not the best guns on this
And
round.
they have a ragtag group of guns that are looking to face the world together, as Hef and the Sobadar is going to try and combine that to take out Cyanide here, but Cyanide backs up, keeps his Sheriff. That's $800. That's not cheap. It's important to keep.
That's true. Good investment into the future.
Yeah, and Demical is going to be sneaking his way onto Tree. He does have the full armor and I think that's a Bulldog, but yeah, he is going to be shutting that down instantly. Silence with a nice trade with the Guardian means that it's going to be 2 members actually on the side of Waterloo remaining on this side. The drone is going to spot out one. The aftershock is going to go down, but that's a nice top flash to secure that trade. But Silence picks up another Hef with a fast flank.
Last player standing.
Scruden didn't expect that, but
Spike
there's
down
one
A.
more behind here
One
with the
enemy
Odin.
remaining.
It's going to be a 1v1. Cyanide maybe still has the Sheriff. The spray down is coming down. But using the drone, it's going to be still a 1v1 situation to spot through the wall. It's just going to be the Odin. Pork has zero intention of giving Cyanide a fair fight at all. He's going to throw all his util, spot him out, and just gun him down through the wall.
Yeah, UCF had a really good position there to win the round. They had the numbers advantage, but then Pork just sort of plowed in. Yeah, and just took out the two of them. Really nice usage of the Sova utility to scan him and then spray him out with the Odin. And I mean, that was UCF's bonus round, but also they are down 5 points in this map, so you really want them to get the round strung together here and get some momentum.
Pork is an Odin demon, like
Yeah.
from all the way from Lotus. This guy has been just absolutely carrying this game with the Odin, has getting a kill with a judge. That is devastating for Cyanide, as that's no more smokes for UCF.
Right. Oh, Justin picking up a kill with the Spectre. I think that's a Vandal for him if he wants to pick it up.
And this is just UCF is getting dismantled a little bit. Speaking of which, Silence gets a kill on the KO. I think that was in mid. So that's going to be a little bit more pressure applied to Waterloo. They don't know what kind of play. They could be going through mid. They could be walking up tree. Anything could be happening from the side of UCF. So Waterloo have to be a little bit more careful on the side of UCF.
But look at this re-clear from Waterloo. They've completely cleared out B main, and they're actually crunching in on the members of UCF that are towards Cat.
Yeah, one kill for Soft, but I don't know if he knows there's another one there. He's going to go down. And Pork has also gunned down the breach again. This flank with the Odin has been absolutely devastating for the side of UCF.
Yeah, I really like that aggressive re-clear from Waterloo. I know that they had the numbers advantage, but two of their members were really, really low, and so they decided to kind of take matters into their own hands and find out where UCF were, and then they just shot them in the back when they weren't expecting it. UCF were taking too long, and so Waterloo decided to we'll just come to you.
Yeah, that's always the problem with playing default, especially if you're down. Is if you take too long and your location kind of gets inferred out, then you can kind of become like really stuck. Especially if the enemy team has something like Odin's,
Yeah.
it's really hard to break out if you're stuck. Speaking of which, the Paranoia goes straight into Trill's eyes, but Trill just dashes away. So it's gonna be the same old neutral state in this A main, as a UCF look like they're trying to at least commit a little bit towards this side, but you also have to look mid to see what that lurk is gonna do.
Yeah, I find it interesting that UCF is. I think their Omen has just a classic.
Oh. Pork with the suppressing fire for himself to discourage Soft from doing anything, but he manages to get the kill, but Hef is going to be traded out. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 as Demical executes on the site, but the KO knife takes away his toys. KO says no more playing, no more watching TV after 10, as that was an execute after that 1-for-1 mid. That could have been anyone's game, but Waterloo with a good util combo managed to take this to match point.
Match point.
Yeah, and I think UCF just lost one too many rounds on the defense side. Yeah, you would usually think that this map is really defense-sided, and Waterloo are playing their defense side quite well. On this last round here, we can see UCF scraping up a bye. It's decent. I mean, I guess Escruden does have the Judge, but that seems to be the weapon that he's sort of preferred throughout this whole map. It's the Judge or the Bucky, but actually he's going with the Ares.
Yep. And the first thing UCF need to do is figure out how to stop Pork and the Odin. Trill is just floating around mid with the knives out. That's going to be a kill.
Demico was just shaking his mouse in spawn, and he didn't expect Trill to just fly up on him
Yeah,
and Cat.
maybe he was getting a vision of the future.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to die to Trill, but unfortunately, Waterloo has just completely run over UCF. It's going to be all to Cyanide. Swarm Grenade is going to seal his fate as everybody on Waterloo sprints into B main. That's going to be a 13-5 victory for the side of Waterloo Gold.
Yeah, really dominant showing here on Waterloo's map pick. I guess Lotus was a lot closer because, I mean, it was UCF's map pick, but Waterloo able to come out with a pretty clean 2-0 victory, I would say.
Yeah, and I think, unfortunately for the side of UCF, they kind of weren't able to show the value of the breach, like we mentioned before. I think that really showed, especially in the defense half, where KO is, used a lot just for the sheer amount of info he can get, amount of flexibility he has with the pop flashes. It's a little bit, I think UCF kind of fell behind on that info game and gave
Yeah.
Waterloo a lot of flanks, gave
Yeah.
him a lot of opportunity to rotate.
And that
so,
B hit again.
yeah.
Waterloo just kept going in B, and seems like UCF just had no answers for that.
Yeah, and unfortunately for UCF, there are going to be, the Waterloo is going to be the one on top today. But in the group, UCF, we're a team with a win, so they're going to be going to 1-1. Waterloo going to be going up to 2 wins. So hopefully we'll see a lot more, close games like that. Lotus.
Yeah.
Ascent, I think there was definitely potential there from UCF as well. So.
Yeah, and I believe
yeah.
Waterloo, they have been the favorites in their group. They are first place in their group so far, and so good showing from Waterloo, and pretty good showing from UCF as well, honestly.
I mean, I think UCF definitely has a lot of potential. Especially, I think the thing that was iconic to me, that neon.
Yeah.
Game 1.
They're pretty good with the neon.
Yeah, they were like sprinting around, like buckying people. So yeah, I think I'm hoping we're gonna get a lot of good games out of this group.
Yeah.
But
Interested to see how
yeah.
the rest of the group will unfold, and interested to see as well how the rest of the CVAL bracket will unfold. But thank you for tuning into our show today. We hope you had fun watching the match. And I don't think we did intros actually at the start of the stream. But my name is Ina.
Oh, my name is Jamin.
And we hope you had fun tonight. And we'll see you for the next stream.